Mr. Takibana Hiromitsu?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, thank God. Sorry I'm late. Time just got away on me. Yep. That's it. I'm Sandy Edwards from Edwards and Baird. Nice to meet you. Is this your luggage?
Oh, hi.
It's okay, we just put it in the back. I'm not going very far. Right. It's okay?
What was going on? There were some different assumptions, there were some misunderstandings. What did you catch?
He wanted to help the woman, but he was kind of reluctant, as if it would be like disrespectful to her, or like you're not allowed any contact. Like it was, he wouldn't even talk to her properly.
So it was there was an awkward moment around the handling of the luggage. Robert, maybe you could.
I think he assumed that she was just a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Which is one reason why he got into the back of her car and not into the front, because he expected her to chauffeur him around.
Yeah.
And
He was confused, yeah, that because he wouldn't have to lift his own baggage, but yet she's a woman lifting the bag, so he's kind of like, how am I supposed to help? But it's very awkward because this situation, you know, why is this woman doing it? Maybe they do things like that in Australia, I don't know. So there was that kind of moment.
Ah, Tachibana-san. Ah. わざわざ日本からおいでいただいて非常に光栄です。ありがとうございます。
What happened there that went wrong?
So I guess he had to be the last one to bow or something. It seemed like someone or whoever was like couldn't quite catch it.
Well, there's a certain way of bowing, and it's very hard for Westerns to get it. I don't get it. But there are very, very special rules in terms of how you do it. So if one person goes lower than the other, then the other person has to respond until, I can't remember how it works exactly. Right? It seems like they're both satisfied with the kind of way that they bowed. Otherwise, it just will keep going. It kept going. He did it too deeply. It was too deep of a bow. It looked really stupid, right? Because he didn't do the bow the right way, and then he went too low. So then the other guy has to go low, and then, you know. What is it saying about the woman? What is it saying about the man? What is it? What's the message here?
Smoking is sexy.
Smoking sexy, for one, okay. So that's changed a bit. You know, smoking is not as considered as good. Well, again, in some places it's more widespread. Yeah. Meredith? Yeah?
Well, in some sense it's kind of fetishizing misogyny, saying that women like to be treated badly.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's saying that. Yeah, you have to be kind of tough on a woman, and they'll like it. They'll follow you if you're tough enough or whatever. Tough love, right?
Men are the leaders, women are the followers.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Well, men can just do whatever they want. And what about the facial expressions? I love the facial expressions. What are the facial expressions?
It's like he's putting her in a trance or something.
Yeah.
He's got total control.
Yeah, it does look like he's putting her in a trance. Like, I am in complete control.
Yeah.
You will follow me now. And he blows in her face. And she looks like, well, what about her expression?
She looks like she's
enamored,
mesmerized.
Mesmerized.
Seduced.
Seduced.
She's trying to get closer.
Trying to get closer. What is this about this man? He's got so much charisma, right? He blows smoke in my face.
It's kind of interesting how it's like they're saying that they're like cherry and grape and like blueberry flavors, and that's why the woman would be attracted to it. But it's like this rough and tough exterior, like a guy smoking a cigarette, but then it's like all fruity.
So I guess she'll like the kind of flavors in that.
Yeah.
So you're appealing to that in her. Communication could just involve us person to person, but we also are being communicated to through the media, and we're interpreting these messages through the media. And certain people or classes are communicating to everyone through the media too. And if you ask Canadians, it has one of the highest trust levels of the newspapers and news, from what I remember, compared to some places. In some places, people don't believe what they're hearing on the news, don't believe what they're reading in the newspaper, but Canadians tend to trust or believe a lot of what is being shown. And you know, the thing is, a lot of things are left out too. A lot of things are left out of the news.
So Greenfield, or whatever his name is, hit the nail on the head. The U.S. media are alone in that you must meet the condition of concision. You got to say things between two commercials or in 600 words. And that's a very important fact, because the beauty of concision, you know, saying a couple of sentences between two commercials, the beauty of that is that you can only repeat conventional thoughts.
It's just amazing the values, the pro-business values that we're getting through all the media. That nothing wrong with business, of course we need it, but there's an idea that if you're not thinking in terms of people, if you're thinking only in terms of people as economic units and economic actors and efficiencies, but you're not thinking in terms of people as actually humans and about their quality of life, it seems to be that those kind of things are communicated, you know, more and
basically you're only getting the party line in a lot of what's produced in conventional media. And because of that, you're not going to have really a diverse pool of opinions or projections. So I thought that kind of just undercuts like the validity of people trusting conventional media.
Sure, and I think in some ways we used to get even more opinions before than we do now. Like say during the 70s and 80s, during the Cold War, even if it wasn't spoken, even if it wasn't said on the news, certain viewpoints, there was always that kind of indirect, you know, the indirect kind of critic, right? That you have to kind of say something that acknowledges there's that other viewpoint emanating from this part of the world, right? And in communicating certain values, you want to make, you know, they want to make our society look more just and humane, because then it compares favorably with what the Soviets had. So you'd have people have a better living standard. There's more concern for welfare for you know, the average person, because of that context of the competing power, right? But without, you know, the bipolar world, and it's just a unipolar world, you know, and the discrediting of, you know, the communism or socialism, then you only get like a sort of one uniform view and very little variation.